Hello, I'm Catherine Fowler. Welcome to the guided tour of my ePortfolio, created as the capstone project for the Masters of Educational Technology graduate degree program at UBC. To navigate through the ePortfolio, use the menu tab in the top left corner to pull down the table of contents. From here, you can choose to visit any page. You can also move through the pages by using the arrows in the lower left and right corners to move to the previous page or the next page. This ePortfolio has been created as a digital story outlining my journey through the Masters of Educational Technology program. I chose to create a digital story as I believe storytelling and producing digital stories are powerful tools for engaging students across all disciplines, ages, and cultures. Helen Barrett links storytelling to ePortfolios, which she describes as reflective stories of deep learning, where digital storytelling provides a connection to students' lives and a way to demonstrate not only what was learned, but how people learn through accessing and organizing prior knowledge around a conceptual framework. Because this is my story, this ePortfolio is a living document that will continue to grow and change as my story continues. As an elementary school librarian, I'm immersed in stories, fictional, non-fictional, arising from personal experiences and from the imagination. No matter where these stories come from, they all have one thing in common. They are told and shared. Storytelling is prevalent in all aspects of human interaction, connecting generations of the past with the present and future to form, pass on, or reformulate wisdom, values, and belief. Chung, 2007. A traditional role of the librarian is to share stories with children, directing them to the stories of others in hopes of feeding their imagination and desire for learning. Though I have always encouraged my students to share their stories, few were excited about writing them down or finding ways to share them. Once I introduced digital storytelling to my students, they became excited to create, tell, and share their stories in new and exciting ways. Digital storytelling has transformed the library from housing stories to being the center of creation for them. The creation of a digital story to tell my Met Journey experience was a natural decision for me, ensuring my philosophy, practice, and passion for storytelling was represented. To tell my story, I used the adventure genre as my metaphor, as this journey took me to places I had never been before and led me to new and exciting experiences and challenges. The premise of my adventure is that I set sail for a group of islands known as the Met Islands. These islands are divided into two groups: the core islands of ETEC 500, 510, 511, and 512, and the elective islands of ETEC 565M, 530, 540, and 532. The adventure story ties the islands together, while the artifacts and reflections, written as journal entries, create bridges linking the skills, theories, and philosophies of each island together. To make my story interactive, artifacts are hyperlinked here or embedded using Scribed. To further involve the reader, I have included discussion questions with links to my Met ePortfolio blog at the bottom of each page. At different points in the story, you can choose your own adventure, linking similar topics to different pages. Not only does this ePortfolio tell my Met Journey, I've included various storytelling tools and techniques, including images, both still and moving, sound bites, as well as video and blogging, all housed in Atavist, a Web 2.0 tool used to create ebooks or e-magazines. greatest adventure arising from the MET program was the creation of my ePortfolio. This started with examining my purpose for its creation and development. Deciding to use digital storytelling and develop a story to represent my adventure was a natural progression for me. I knew I wanted an ebook or magazine design to emulate the story that unfolds. The simple back and forth navigation with a pull-down menu for the chapters affords the book reading experience. Deciding on a rationale for choosing artifacts and reflecting on those artifacts was a more difficult task and involved a great deal of internal dialogue, self-doubt, and then profound discovery. Each artifact represents how I questioned my teaching praxis and philosophies and represents how these changed throughout the 3.5 years I was immersed in the MET program. The most significant changes being the adoption of constructivist theory and digital storytelling into my teaching and personal philosophy. This adventure is not over. I fully expect to document another journey as I continue to explore and implement educational technology in my library, classroom, and school. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Though this chapter is coming to a close, you can be sure another chapter is just beginning.